Hey everyone, I'm Manav. Since the inception of this hackathon, I've been wanting to develop this protocol, BreezeSwap, and it's finally ready. So this is something that was created out of personal grievances of these extreme weather conditions that are prevalent, especially in the past decade. As you can see, it's over 40 degrees Celsius here in Dubai. So it's a big headache right now. So, weather decides the lives of millions of people earning a living, yet 60% of global crop production has zero insurance cover. Last year alone, $424 billion in natural catastrophe losses occurred, and 50% of them were uninsured. The legacy system is broken down because it relies on human assessors. It takes months to get paid, and a farmer who can't buy seeds today doesn't need a check for next year. We built BreezeSwap to fix this, and it's why we are targeting Bounty 1 for interportable assets product. Flare is built to unlock DeFi assets that lack native smart contracts. We do exactly that in two ways. First, we turn real-world weather indexes into tradable on-chain assets. Second, our collateral adapter accepts XRP, meaning XRP holders can hedge real-world climate risk without ever selling into a stablecoin. But all of that aside, one of the biggest reasons we are launching this is the current timing and situation. Last month, Flare announced partnership with K-Weather to publish meteorological data and weather data directly into the Flare Time Series Oracle, specifically to enable parametric climate insurance. What you are about to see is the application layer for the exact data. We built our own Flare Time Series Oracle and FDC adapters strictly against the Weather Oracle interface. When K-Weather feed goes live, plugging it into BreezeSwap is a one-line configuration change. Let's see it in action. So as you can see, right, currently it's in the Caston 2 testnet, and these are test funds only. We are using C2FLR, that's the Caston testnet funding coin for the gas fee payments, and we're using BUSDT, which is the Breeze USDT, as a kind of a test USDT for the entire protocol. So if we go into the market section, here are the markets that I have created. So let's go to this binary market that was created before. At the top is the payment cliff off, where we can see 40 millimeters below the shorts would win, and above 40 millimeters is where the longs would win. Right below that, we map the actual historical readings from OpenMeteo on chain. You can physically see how close to the threshold the weather typically runs before you risk $1. Let's take a position. I'm taking the long side for 10 BUSDT. I'll approve the standard ERC20 spend and mint the position. So let's real quick. These positions have already been done as a part of the testing as well in this current market. So for example, I'm taking a long position of 10 BUSDT. We can confirm this, and the position is minted. On the other hand, I can go to markets over here and do the same thing, but take a short position here of 10 BUSDT, and then the maximum payout if we'll get will be if our side wins. We can confirm, and we can see the position is minted as well. So this is a binary cap product. We can see the position holders, we can see the transaction hashes as well right here. If you go to market, there are other markets such as this one. So here it is not a binary payoff at settlement, rather it is based on different temperature values, and you'll get different payout readings as well. So this is a pretty unique feature, and it distinguishes ourselves from other platforms like Polymarket, where a lot of the decisions tend to be binary. So this brings us to the settlement layer. This brings us to the most important part of the protocol, the settlement. The specific market is past its expiry. You'll notice the amber badge says awaiting settlement. The protocol isn't hiding this or pretending it's magically resolved itself. It's sitting there waiting for absolutely anybody to push the button of settlement over here. I'm going to trigger that settlement right now using my second wallet, which has 0 admin privileges. Let's go here and let's go here. So here you can see this has no admin privileges as well. The settlement process is entirely permissionless under the hood. The contract just reads the oracle, applied the payout math, and wrote the final result to the chain. There was no claims, no form, no human assessor, and nobody who could veto or delay the payout. And the market is settled. Through the perpetuals. I also want to briefly mention our perpetuals market. While classic markets require someone to take the other side before a deadline, perpetuals don't. Our virtual AMM codes both sides continuously against a pooled capital. This means a logistics company can hedge their risk at 3 AM on a Tuesday, even if no insurances are currently writing businesses. The price chart here is perfectly flat at $25, and that is actually by design, because currently you need to have a higher margin and liquidity over here to see volatility in the market price. Virtual AMM prices off its reserves, so until the first trade executes, the price stays exactly where it was deployed. But the second you trade with up to 3x leverage, that line bends precisely based on the price impact shown in the panel. So we also, last but not the least, we also have the documentation in case if you want to take your first position, how to do it. The entire guide is right here. If you want to build upon it, if the team or if anyone wants to build upon this protocol, I have created an SDK, including the npm install file. And if you want to read the markets, if you want to open a position, if you want to settle and redeem, all of this is possible through this. There's a Q&A section as well. If there are any questions related to it, you can of course approach me anywhere on my Twitter, on my Discord, on my Telegram, on Dora Hacks as well. I want to show you briefly why this hasn't been built before and how we are different to what is there currently. Everyone who wants drought cover in a region wants it at the same exact time. Nobody wants to sell it to them. The natural seller isn't a farmer and it's capital. As you can see on this curve, traditional matchmaking markets fail here. They might clear one hedger in 4. The flat line at the top is BreezeSwap. We use a liquidity pool to take this other side, meaning one buyer, and the pool immediately creates a functioning market. We also solve the pricing problem. If you price a weathered market like a coin flip, you hand one side of a massive hedge. Instead we price strictly of 30 years of historical weather data, publishing 1080 strike probabilities directly on chain. And because we built our capital, because we pool our capital, 1 unit of underwriting capital can back up to 2.4 units of risk, allowing the market to actually clear. So this is based off actually a water pool model, which can be discussed upon later. Okay, finally, to wrap up, everything you saw today is live right now on Flare Casting 2. We have 17 verifiable contracts, real weather data, 1080 strike probabilities published on chain, and 569 passing tests on the test network. However, of course, when it goes to the main network, we need extra proofs of auditing and testing. As soon as the K-Weather Flare time series Oracle feeds go live, we've documented everything to proceed ahead with it, on what's left to do, on what's to read out, and I think this is one of the best use cases of using these weather protocol for a derivatives market right here. Thank you for your time. I'd be happy to answer any other questions. Bye-bye.